Are you new to gardening and you're gung-ho this year on planting the best peppers, getting the biggest yields, and you're reading everything, watching all the videos, and it's just a little bit overwhelming? I'm gonna break down a few things you need to know as beginners about peppers. So, let's grow. Everybody, welcome to Down Home Backyard Gardening. If you're a brand new gardener or a beginner gardener, and you're looking for a channel for beginner gardeners from a beginner gardener, then you found the right place. Click the subscribe button, hit that bell so you're always notified whenever I upload videos. And y'all, welcome to the journey. Okay, right off the bat, what type of peppers are you gonna grow? Do you wanna grow sweet peppers, hot peppers, or super hot peppers? Once you start down this road of growing peppers, y'all, you're not gonna stop. It's a very rewarding journey. Peppers are a lot of fun. They do take time though. So one thing to keep in mind, peppers, when you're talking about germinating them, they can't take longer than tomatoes. In fact, they will take longer than, say, tomatoes. Tomatoes are pretty quick. Peppers take a little bit of time. So you definitely have to be patient. So keep that in mind. A little bit about peppers. They are from the nightshade family. So tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and potatoes all belong to the nightshade family. Now potatoes, you need to kind of keep away from everything else, but peppers, tomatoes, and eggplants you can plant together. You can companion plant them together. There are a lot of crops that you can companion plant with peppers, which this is the first thing we're going to go over. My top 4 or 5 or 6 companion plants for peppers. These companion plants are going to provide shade, wind support, pest deterrents, and they will not fight the pepper plant for space. So we're going to start right off the bat with tomatoes and eggplants. Again, they are all part of the same family, so you can plant them together. Now the benefit of that is they all need the exact same nutrients. The downside of that is they all need the exact same nutrients. So you need to make sure that you are amending your beds properly so all those plants can have the right amount of nutrients. Peppers like nitrogen. So make sure you are definitely amending with nitrogen, fresh compost, things of that nature. You want to keep a lot of nutrients in those beds for sure. They also require or can use the exact same companion plants to help deter pests. So basil, dill, radishes if you let it go to flower, sweet alyssum, cosmos, and the list just continues to go on and on. You want to definitely plant a lot of companion plants around peppers to help deter the pests that mainly affect peppers, which are leaf miners and aphids. Both of those pests will attack peppers. There aren't very many other pests that will, but those two definitely. Two crops that I really like are onions and garlic. Now you want to plant onions and garlic around your peppers for sure, because a lot of pests do not like the smell of either of those plants, and they will not compete with the peppers for space when they're growing. So onions and garlic are a great companion plant for peppers. Now onions will protect peppers from slugs, aphids, mites, and cabbage worms. So again, plant the onions around, and the one good thing about an onion is they take a long time to grow, and garlic. So you have all that time allowing those plants to grow next to your peppers while your peppers are doing their thing. The last one I'm going to talk about are carrots. Carrots are great because they're basically a living mulch. The heads of the carrots protect the ground from weeds growing. They help deter weeds from growing. They give shade and support to the pepper plants while they're growing. So carrots are great. Now carrots will also bring in beneficial insects if you let the carrots go to flower. I always allow a few carrots whenever I'm harvesting my carrots to stay in the ground and go to flower specifically for that reason, because they will bring in the beneficial insects, parasitic wasps, the hoverflies, things like that will attack, say, the leaf miners and the aphids. So companion planting, you want to definitely research companion planting if you are going to be very serious, 1, about gardening, and 2, about growing peppers. Okay, let's talk about 4 herbs that I absolutely love and that you should love growing with your pepper plants. These 4 herbs are considered a companion plant to peppers, but I wanted to kind of break this down. You have herbs and you have plants. I already kind of went over the plants. Let's go over some of the herbs. And the first one right off the bat, y'all, is basil. Basil is a phenomenal herb to grow. And not just like one type of basil, grow every kind of basil you can and grow as many as you can. This garden has 4 different types of basil all throughout it. And the good thing about basil is once it goes to flower and the seeds drop, y'all, you're gonna have volunteer basil forever, which is good. The more basil, the better, because basil creates such a strong smell in your garden that helps deter a lot of pests, because a lot of pests don't hunt by sight, they hunt by smell. Basil masks the smell of a lot of plants. Tomatoes for sure, that's on a different video. Also, growing basil next to your peppers has been known to enhance the flavor of your peppers. So, plant basil. It will help your garden in so many different ways, and it will 100% help your pepper plants. The second one is cilantro. Now, they don't only just go together great inside in the kitchen, they go together great out here in the garden. But here's the trick to cilantro, and just like carrots, you want to allow your cilantro or some of your cilantro to go to flower while they're around your pepper plants, because cilantro brings in so many beneficial insects that will only help protect your pepper plants. Chives is another one, kind of the exact same thing as the onions and the garlic. They create a smell that repels a lot of insects away. So plant those chives. You don't have to eat them, just plant them. That way you have stuff growing in your garden, you're getting experience growing different crops, and they're benefiting the crop that you really care about, which, if you're watching this video, are your peppers. And the last one is oregano. Now, oregano stays really close to the ground. It does not grow tall, so it will not compete with your pepper plants for sunlight or anything else. And it's basically a living mulch. It stays, like I said, close to the ground, so it provides cover to the ground, and it also provides hiding places for the beneficial insects that stay low to the ground. And it will help deter pests like spider mites, Japanese beetles, and aphids. Y'all, you don't want aphids. We do not want aphids anywhere in the garden, especially not on your tomatoes, your pepper plants, your cucumber, literally nothing. So plant these companion herbs along with your companion plants to protect your peppers. We've gone over companion plants, companion herbs. Now let's go over flowers. And yes, flowers are important in a garden. You should roughly have a 30% flowers to a 70% vegetables ratio in your garden. Flowers not only make your garden beautiful, like what's behind me right here, but they bring in the beneficial insects and the pollinators, which, as you all know, we need all the bees and the other pollinators that you can get in your garden. So flowers are very important. Now, I can't remember all these, so I'm going to read the list of flowers that I have found through multiple searches on what are the best ones for peppers. A lot of these I actually have growing in this garden right now. Right off the bat here, petunias, marigolds, nasturtiums, cosmos, zinnias, and sunflowers. I have 4 of those growing in this garden right now. And it's important to interspace your flowers everywhere. Don't just have them in a corner or in a corner over there. Have them throughout the garden, everywhere. Because you're only protecting not only the peppers, but I know y'all aren't just planting peppers, right? You've also got other stuff growing. So these flowers help all other plants because they bring in so many beneficial insects. And what I mean by beneficial insects are the insects that naturally hunt the pests. I will put a video up right here specifically on this subject. I want to go over 2 flowers real quick. Marigolds bring in just so many benefits to your garden, not just because they're beautiful, and there's so many different types of marigolds that you can literally scatter them all through your garden, different types, and change the landscape of your garden with all the beautiful colors. But they bring in beneficials like lacewings, parasitic wasps, which we definitely want, and ladybugs. 2 types of marigolds that help deter nematodes in the soil, squash bugs, and whiteflies are and I'm reading from the list, vibrant African or French marigolds. So plant those if you have a nematode issue or if you have a whitefly issue. Other than that, plant whatever type of marigold you want in your garden. Second flower that I'm going to specifically talk about are nasturtiums. Now, nasturtiums are beautiful and they come in so many different colors. I've got 4 or 5 of those out here, and they're just an absolutely beautiful, beautiful flower. But they're great as a trap crop. And what I mean by that is it's a plant or a vegetable plant that you plant near-ish crops that you don't want to get hit with pests. That way the pests will go to those crops and not the good crops. That is a trap crop. Aphids are a big problem with peppers, which you've already talked about, but they love the leaves of nasturtiums. So if you are planting a lot of peppers, also be planting nasturtiums. The aphids would prefer the nasturtiums over the pepper plants. So that's a huge benefit right there. Keep all those aphids, those little sap-sucking punks, in one area and away from all the good crops. Let's be real. Well, another reason you want nasturtiums is because, again, they will bring in the beneficial insects that eat the aphids. So insects like ladybugs, hoverflies, lacewings, they all eat aphids. And the nasturtiums are basically a dinner bell to those beneficial insects to eat the pests, the aphids. So plant nasturtiums, plant marigolds, plant everything that I just said as far as the list, and you all are going to be good to go. Should be very good to go. Let me change my wording there. You all should be very good to go on protecting your pepper plant. Okay, so let's talk about a few plants you do not plant next to peppers. And those are the following: fennel, all brassicas, beans, and apricots. Yes, apricots. The biggest thing with the apricots is this: they can produce a fungal infection that can go from the apricot tree to the pepper plant. So that's why you don't want to plant the peppers near any apricots, just for that simple reason right there. Beans can require a lot of nitrogen. In fact, they're a very heavy drinker of nitrogen, which also peppers need. So planting the beans next to peppers, they're gonna be fighting each other constantly. If you plant pole beans or runner beans, they can climb up and overshadow the pepper plants and stunt them out from their growth and from the light, the sunlight that they need. So don't plant beans. Fennel is another plant that basically needs the exact same nutrients that the pepper plants need. So again, don't plant fennel next to your peppers. They're just gonna be battling each other for what they need. And then brassicas. The reason for this one is that for most brassicas, they need a slightly more acidic soil, whereas peppers don't. So you're going to be planting them into a soil that they're not going to thrive in. So just avoid brassicas near your pepper plant. Okay, y'all, a few other notable mentions real quick. If you can find a fertilizer that is a 5-10-10, that is basically what you're going to need for peppers. Now, what I mean by 5-10-10 is the NPK. It gives exactly what the pepper plants need in a great abundance, but not too much. It's like perfect, a 5-10-10. Those are what you're going to want to really amend or fertilize your pepper plants with, a 5-10-10. Also remember, pepper plants, and I've mentioned this a few times already, they are a heavy, heavy, heavy drinker of nutrients. They are going to suck nutrients, especially nitrogen, out of your soil. So the more you can amend, the more you can fertilize, the more you can stay on top of that, the better your plants are going to be. Make sure you get on a very good schedule for fertilizing your pepper plants, whether it's in pot, especially if it's in pots, or if it's in the ground. Either way, you need to be Either way, you need to be fertilizing those plants, without a doubt. Finally, y'all, plant some peppers that you've never planted before. You don't have to go crazy and get 40 different types of peppers. Just get 1 or 2, see if you like them. If you don't grow them again. If they are hard to grow, don't grow them again. If you find a pepper that you love, well then guess what? You found a pepper that will become a staple in your garden. I have some peppers growing that I won't eat. It's just too hot. Keep it real simple. But I have a lot of friends that like super hot peppers. So I don't always grow stuff for me. And that's kind of a thing I'm showing here. You don't have to grow a pepper that you're gonna eat. But if they're fun to grow, they bring a different color palette to your garden, then why not grow them? Plus, it's just fun. All right, everybody, so that's the video. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you got something out of it. If you did, and you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, like the video, share the video, share the video. and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so already. I would love to have all of you join all of us on this journey of gardening together. Everyone take care, God bless. Continue to shine bright and harvest hard. Grow something new. Grow something new. If this is your first year growing peppers, grow something new. Have fun with it. I'll talk to y'all again real soon. Bye. All right, y'all, check it out. I am so excited. I've been trying to grow these peppers for a bit. Let me show you. Hey, check it out. Habanero. Now when this one ripens, it's gonna be a red. Same with this one, red habanero. These are just a regular habanero. Once they ripen, they're gonna be orangish. Got another one there. And then what I am really excited about is my very first super hots. I have my first peach ghost peppers actually growing right now. And I just saw it. Just saw it. All right, y'all, check them out. When those things ripen, they're going to be basically like a peach color. But those are a ghost pepper. Over 1 million Scovilles right there. Okay, and I'll end with these peppers right here. These are called a buena mulata. They're technically an ornamental, but when they ripen fully, go from this beautiful color right here. Seriously, look at how beautiful that color is. Just gorgeous. Go from that color to a blood red color when they're fully ripe. And these are a very hot pepper, hotter than a jalapeno. So I'm not just telling y'all what I think you should do, I'm actually doing what I preach. Good luck, everybody. Have fun on this journey of growing peppers. I promise you're not going to regret it.